Hello people. I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I really don't think I've made a video since before I had my neck surgery, which would make it right at 3 months. August, September, October, November, right at 3 months. So I don't know why. Yeah, I do. I haven't felt in the mood for it. It wasn't because it was just from trying to recover from surgery, although that's part of it. It just kind of wiped me out. It seems like such a little thing. They go through your neck, the front of your neck, to do a spinal surgery. I've always put some on my neck anyway. Keep it looking a little younger. But let's see if I can get this a little closer up to my, that's my scar. It's looking pretty good. But the purpose of the surgery was to fix a pinched nerve on my cervical spine. It's between C3 and C4. It was a pinched nerve. So they go through your neck. And my voice sounds terrible because they have to pull everything over to get to your spine. So your vocal cords are pulled over, and you ought to hear me cough. It don't sound like a bull in heat or something. It's just real raw sounding, and it may sound like that the rest of my life. And they told me that this is what I was using for kind of a primer. Get it on Amazon. It's made in Portugal. This is about $25, so I don't use it all the time. This was something I got for Mother's Day for myself, and so I like having whip up stuff once in a while. Anyway, now that I lost my train of thought, anyway, what I was worried about, and was a possibility, was that I could have lost my singing voice. And if you've watched my videos before, I've probably mentioned that I sing on worship team at church. And seriously, they would have to tie my vocal cords shut. They would have to tie my lips shut. And even then I would hum, just to keep me from singing, you know, because that's just me. I just thought of something I don't have. Oh, eyebrow pencil. Yeah, that might be good. Since I have to paint them on to see them. What's in here? I still haven't gotten a good makeup mirror with light, so I could move back to my vanity for this on my kitchen table, on my dining room table right now. Now let's see. Let's put some eyebrows on. This is a Maybelline. I can't even tell if it's forward or backwards, or anyway. I can't see a thing without glasses on anymore. Just that age. Just like I can't see if I've got eyebrows unless actually I can see little wisps of gold eyebrows if there's a light on them. And even when I don't have eyebrows, I will draw some on, I imagine, because it just don't look finished without an eyebrow. They literally frame your face. Gotta look down right now because in magnified mirror. This one needs to go a little more up there. To me, they never look like they're identical, which normally they're not going to be anyway. I'm using a little ring light on my mirror. Normally it would be like on my phone, but since I can't see, should get another one, I guess. Got it at Amazon. Okay. Now then, let's see, what do I want to do next? Oh yes, let's do some concealer next. I'm sorry, I thought I got everything out of this little box. I got that at Hobby Lobby for $3 or something in their spring sale. And it was just handy for me to load my cosmetics in it, so what was I looking for? I really don't know. How pitiful was that? I really don't know what I was looking for. Well, maybe it'll come to me. I'll hold my breath, but maybe. Oh, I do too. I was looking for my NYX concealer. I've been using the Maybelline, and it's pretty good, but the NYX seems to be a little more effective. And as you can see, the bag's under my eyes. Well, they could be sold for suitcases, really. Just ridiculously bad. Just trying to get that looking better here. Well, I would imagine everybody had kind of an interesting Halloween, not usual Halloween. My daughter had some of her children's friends come over for a small party instead of taking the kids trick-or-treating, which I thought was a really good way to keep everybody more safe. And not anybody was sick that they know of, so, you know, you can't, unless you lock yourself in a room and live alone and they put your food under the door, it'd be really hard to be 100% safe from the COVID. That reminds me, I'm supposed to have gotten my flu shot. I need to go do that today, maybe. Sorry, I have to put some makeup remover wipes. Can't stand makeup on my hands. So professional, right? I ain't a professional anything except wife, mother, and grandmother. And those are the ones that really count, right? Alright. Now then, we can move along to the next thing. It doesn't look too bad. Almost looks like it's... Make sure there's not any on those eyelashes. Okay. Now then, let's go ahead and put... I think I already put lip liner on, but I can't tell. For anybody that hasn't watched my videos much and maybe doesn't know, sorry, bra straps are ridiculous things. They ought to be shot. I have cognitive impairment, and I will think something, and literally almost before I can say it, it's gone. So, please excuse me. I will repeat myself ad nauseum sometimes. I'm sorry. But I want to keep doing the fun things, like making videos, as long as I can. Okay. Now that was the NYX. I don't think I showed that. NYX concealer. And it's like $6.99 on Amazon, something like that. And it's very thorough. I don't know if you can see that as a news thing coming on my phone. Okay. Now this is Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. Let me put my glasses on so I can read you the color. They should just call it Deathly Pale, but Classic Ivory. And this is actually a little too dark for me right now. I think I bought this before I had hip surgery last November, and I lost a lot of blood during that surgery, so I just my coloring is just not as, it's not as ivory as this yet, even still. And I've been taking iron tablets. The doctor keeps prescribing them, so I take it, that I'm still not up to par on my iron. So, and it'll be a year, maybe the 12th of November. Heaven help us. Hopefully by then, those of us in the United States will know who won the election. No, sorry, Alexa. Did I say anything like A-E-L-E-X-A? And I was like, where'd she come from? Maybe a little bit right there. A little bit on the tip of my nose. I like this. It's really inexpensive. I think this is $3 or $4 on Amazon. Used to be I would tell you the Walmart price, but we just don't go to Walmart that much anymore. And frankly, I don't have to keep receipts from Amazon because it's all on my account. So I could look that item up and it would show when I last bought it, and that's probably a year and a half ago, and all that. So, okay. Yeah. I guess those eyebrows, I don't know. I think they need a little more color on the outside, maybe. Let me try that. My other eyebrow pencil, and this is old. This is a Laura Geller, and I love it. I need to find another one that she makes. It's a little darker than the Maybelline one was. So maybe I feel like they show up better. When I was a teenager, I didn't know how to put on eyebrows, so I never did. And I finally sat down and taught myself. I could probably do them in my sleep almost. I know where they are by the feel. I'm the only one who can see them anyway. I could put them an inch higher and nobody would know, I don't think. Okay, make sure everything's blended in real well. I'm going to go ahead and put a little of that concealer on my eyelid. and go in with the same makeup brush. This one's by IT Cosmetics. Anytime I see something, an item that I need from IT Cosmetics that comes with a brush, yeah, because their brushes are not cheap. And often things like that, if you can catch them on sale, it's not bad. You get a really good deal for both. So, okay, next, do my eyes. This would be a lot easier if I had a mirror that my grandchildren hadn't gotten cracked. Of course, that's on the bigger side, not the little bitty one you can't see when you're... This time next week I'll be 61. You know how that happened. Anyway. Oh yes, we're going to do eyes. I was just doing my makeup yesterday morning for church and just did something I hadn't tried before, and I think I'm going to try and remember, if I can remember it, the same. This is from the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I'll hold it up in just a second. Okay. This is the palette. And those are the colors. And I just used this one. And I'm going to use this one on the outside of my eyelids. Start to say eyelashes. No, that's not. That one's more sparkly. I don't know. No, we'll use this. I accidentally used this yesterday. I had to go back and kind of fade it out a little bit because it's like, ooh, that's bold. Especially for Sunday morning, right? But I thought it looked intriguing, so I'm gonna keep working with it. And I know that's too much. Not done yet. Go back in with the brown or the beigey one and just fade that out a little bit. That's still pretty bright. Okay, well, I'll go into a lighter beige and kind of fade that out by putting it higher up where those shadows are. Well, it's showing up a whole lot darker on the phone than it is in my mirror. So, go back and do a little more there. It may be just the way the lighting in here is, because I've just got the chandelier over the table, and yeah, it doesn't look that bad to me. Let's see if I add my ring light, if it looks better on the camera. That looks better on the camera, I think. I can keep touching it up though. Now you gotta try things sometimes, right? Well, we'll go along and see how that works from there. Okay. Done with that. Now, I'm going to go with my usual blush. I literally have waited years to get this blush because I cringed every time I looked at the price. Okay, I think what I'm looking for is over here. Anyway. Probably the most well-known blush in the world, NARS Orgasm. And it's a beautiful peachy color with, it's not as dark as it looks in the thing at all. I wouldn't be able to wear it if it was. Some on my cheekbones. But it's got a little bit of gold shimmer in it, but it's not like big huge pieces of glitter or something. It's just, it's very subtle. I first heard of that, I'm trying to think, 1984 maybe? I could be wrong. Heaven knows. Anyway, now I think I'm gonna put some lipstick on. This is Kylie Jenner Dulce de Leche. Another one of my pinky, peachy, brownie colors. Her lipsticks are very creamy, very smooth. I don't think that's too neutral. I think that'll probably be fine. About ready to just put this ring light on and put it up here, maybe to get to me better. I think that's part of why my eyes look so dark. Okay, I think that'll work. Still getting the light from it. I might have to bring it back down when I'm doing mascara, because that's the hard stuff. For real. Okay. Go ahead and put on, I did notice some, not blended as well as it could be here. This is from Too Faced Natural Face. Yeah, that makes a real bad shine on that. This is what it looks on the inside. I usually use this for my highlights. Don't put it right on top of the cheek because it just doesn't look right to me. I don't know if it's because of my age. I just go ahead and put it over where I put the blush. And then I dip my finger in it, just tap. And I put it on the tip of my nose. In the bow of my lip. And right above my eyes. And I'll take this again and really put it around those eyes. That's that. Okay, not sure about that lipstick. It's actually showing up better there than it is in my mirror, so it's probably fine. We'll go to the next step. Let's go ahead and put on powder. Not that's Wet n Wild. I know that was under $3. I'm sure I bought it on Amazon. I might have bought it at Walmart. Don't ask me because I don't remember. And that sets the makeup. Then I've got this Voluminous Lash Paradise from Maybelline, which I really think is just about as good as some of the super uber expensive mascaras out there. And you know, if you wear makeup every day, you're supposed to buy mascara, new mascara every 3 months. Well, if you're paying $30. That's $10 a month for mascara, you know? So, everybody raise their hand if they open their mouth when they put on mascara. I saw you back in the back. You do too. I've never known anybody that didn't, but I don't watch everybody put on their makeup, so I could be wrong there, right? One of the reasons I haven't made a video for a month, I'm sorry, 3 months, I've just been bummed out. I feel like the cognitive impairment is getting worse, which is not a good direction for it to go. I was texting with my best friend. I live in Oklahoma. She grew up in Oklahoma. That's where I met her when I was staying with my in-laws the summer before our wedding to get to know them. I met her, and we've been best friends ever since. I was 19, she was 17. I know I have this. I've had that mascara for a couple of months, so it may be getting just a little bit dry and clumpy. But hey, it's $8 at Walmart. I really thought that I had kind of told her that I was having cognitive impairment problems, and either I wasn't clear enough, it just was too vague, or I just thought I had told her. I think I broke her heart last night. Telling her how poorly I felt I was doing, and I hate that. We're like 2,000 miles apart, and I can't go give her a hug. I know she's saying the same thing. We're 2,000 miles apart, and I can't get there to see Judy. Kathy, if you see this, I love you always. You've been my best friend from the moment we met in late June, early July, 1979. And it will be thus in our forever home in heaven. We will still be best friends. No two ways about that. So, okay. So I guess I should talk about that some more. If you are anywhere in your mid to late 50s, early 60s, and you find yourself forgetting things more often, talk to your regular doctor about it first. And he'll probably say, well, you know, take notice of it and talk to me again when you come back in 3 months or whatever. And then eventually, if it's about the same, he probably won't send you to a neurologist. But I can't do anything with these nails on. But you know, if it's a little different, he might, they might send you to your a neurologist. that actually was not the reason I was seeing a neurologist, the neurologist I'm seeing now. My neurologist here in the town I live in had just retired. I don't blame him. He was retirement age. He had worked in the veterans hospitals for many, many years, then settled here in this relatively small town in Oklahoma, and everybody in the North Central region probably came to him. He was good. He was from India, and I couldn't always, or Pakistan, I'm not sure which, and I couldn't always understand what he was saying. So that was a little hard, and I was getting hard of hearing, and that didn't help either. So, but I had actually gone and gotten a new neurologist in Stillwater, Oklahoma, because I needed to have a neurologist, because I have autonomic neuropathy, and I don't remember what all. Oh, restless legs. Restless legs. That was probably the main reason I went to a neurologist in the first place, was the restless leg syndrome. For me, the restless leg, I don't know if it's this way with everybody, but sorry, I'm cleaning my brush. The restless leg syndrome was painful. My knees would just ache so badly. And of course, you feel like you have to move your legs continually. And that wasn't working out very well for my husband to try to sleep. So I've been on restless leg medicine for maybe 10 or 12 years, something like that. Probably at least that. Anyway. So I started going to the neurologist in Stillwater. And then he moved, but then I started seeing his partner. And actually I see the nurse practitioner. I like her real well. But as soon as I realized that there was some big changes in my memory, I made an appointment to go and talk to them about that. I think that's why I originally saw him. Anyway. And when I have other changes that concern me, I call them. And right now I'm on 3-month interval appointments. And I've got one in January. When, and some of you may have heard this, I may have said this, I can't remember. We went to look at a house that my kids, my daughter and son-in-law, were interested in. And I was looking all around, and Chantel said, well, you remember that pretty Victorian light from the other day, don't you, Mama? I said, what are you talking about? She said, when we were here the other day. I said, I've never been in this house. Yes, I had been. We had all gone and looked at that house, and to this day, I have no memory of it whatsoever. That wasn't the thing that made me go before, but that was the thing that made me call and say, something's up. I need to see you earlier. Because originally I was on once a year schedule. There have been other things that have concerned me since then. And I really can't remember all of them. That one was so huge. I remember when I first knew that there was something wrong, and my daughter was pregnant with her son at the time. I couldn't remember his name. And as a reflex, even now, even though I remember his name now every time, I'll call him Bub. Well, we all do. He's the only boy. I've had the talk with my sister, say, and she didn't have any grandchildren at the time. She has a granddaughter now. But I told her, I said, Patty, if worst comes to worst, you need to be their grandmother. Do the grandmother things. And she has promised to do that. And I try not to talk too much about it in front of my family because there's no reason to drag them down. But anyway, and you know, with they call it mild cognitive impairment, and it's kind of a pre-stage before dementia and Alzheimer's. With mild cognitive impairment, you can improve and go back to what was your normal, or you can stay at that level of cognitive impairment, or you can move into a worse. And for a while there, I felt like it was kind of staying, except for the house thing. But just lately, I've been feeling like it's moved a notch or two. I'm trying to remember what it was specifically. It made me feel this way this last month. I've told my church family that I have cognitive impairment and that sometimes that does result in dementia. I've noticed I don't remember music like I used to, and I was hoping with some forms of dementia, if I was going to get dementia, I was hoping I got this form where you lose your language skills, but your music skills are still in your brain. You would think that words to songs and words you talk would be in the same group, but they're apparently in different places in the brain. So I was hoping I could keep the song, because singing is something I love to do. It feeds my soul. But I've noticed I'm having trouble with remembering words to songs. And that could just be because I've been having trouble sleeping for months. And they hate to put people on sleeping pills, especially elderly people. But I talked to my rheumatologist because he's the one that had given them to me. Because I said, it's actually making my impairment worse. Because I was getting 4 hours of sleep a night at the most. And that's not really enough. And none some nights. So he gave me a sleeping pill, and hopefully if that takes, we may see it go back, you know. But your thoughts and prayers are appreciated. I love you guys. And I will keep you in the loop. Hopefully I won't go 3 months without making it just was so red and angry looking. I think that was part of it. Plus I had a big old neck brace on for the first 2 months. That's not really fun to make a video in. Anyway, catch y'all next time. Bye.